name is Pearl, and this is my handy helper Hannah. We work with folks mostly in the kitchen. We do donuts and coffee on Sundays, and then sometimes we do luncheons for a whole bunch of people. Today we're going to be showing you how to do a cool summertime treat, an angel food cake with homemade whipped frosting and some fresh strawberries. Alright, for the angel food cake, I could show you how to do it from scratch, but it's just as easy and a little bit quicker just to go ahead and pick up a cake mix. I got this one at Aldi because I really like the quality of it, but you can find these at Kroger and at Walmart. The easiest thing to use would be what's called a tube pan. It comes in two separate pieces, but not everybody has one of these, and that's okay. You can also use what's called a bunt pan. Kind of looks like this. The whole point is that you want something in the middle to create a hole in your angel food cake. You'll also need a mixer. If you don't have a big one like this, that's quite all right. You can just use a bowl and an electric hand mixer. A quick note on your cake pan, whether you're using the angel food pan or the bunt pan, it needs to be completely clean and dry, grease-free. We do not spray these pans for angel food cakes like you do just about everything else you cook. While we're mixing our angel food cake, we are going to preheat our oven to 375 degrees. The one thing that's special about an angel food cake is that you want to put one rack all the way on the bottom with no other racks above it.
So first, for angel food cakes, you need to pour the water in, 1 1/3 cups. And I've already opened my box because it's going to be difficult and I didn't want to do that on camera. You find packet A and you put that right there because we're going to be using that. And packet B, you set it to the side because we'll be using that later. For packet A, you open it carefully because it's powder and it might go everywhere. So you open it carefully. And you pour it in with the water. And you put your mixer down and lock it if you have a stand mixer, and you put it on low for 1 minute. After the 1 minute is finished and it's nice and blended, you need to turn it on the highest setting for 5 minutes because angel food cake is very light and fluffy, and on the highest setting it will keep it that way. So when your 5 minutes is up, you lift up your beater and you'll see little mountains of froth. I'm just going to take this off real quick. If you do not have those little mountains, then you'll want to beat it more until you do. Just do it a minute at a time. Then you take packet B and you gently pour a little bit at a time, about a 1/4 cup. You mix it in very, very gently. I'm going to keep it nice and light. And just do that until all of the packet B is in the mixture. So when you're adding your last little bit, you need to make sure that you get all the way to the bottom and on the sides so that everything is mixed together nice and smooth. If you don't, then you'll end up with little pockets of grain and it'll make the cake taste weird and it's not very pleasant. So scrape your sides, make sure you get all the way down to the bottom.
Alright, now it's time to put it in the pan. Just a reminder, the pan is not greased, it is clean and dry. Alright, we're going to start pouring it in the angel food cake pan. Just real gentle. I don't know about you, but I'm usually messy, and that's actually a-okay. It is fun to make a mess and then clean it up. Just put it around the pan. Keep trying to do even amounts. Real gentle. Scrape your bowl as you go. You want to make sure that you get all of that fluffy goodness to make your angel food cake. Almost have it all. There we go. Now, once you've got it in there, you're going to take your spatula and smooth it around just a tad bit. You still want to be gentle with it. An angel food cake is nice and light and fluffy, and you don't want to push that air out. Alrighty. So, not perfect, but good enough. That's what it looks like, and now we're going to put it in the oven. Remember, it's just the one rack on the bottom, straight in, close it up, and then we're going to bake it for 35 to 40 minutes. Always start at the lowest time because you can add it, you can't take it away if it's burnt. Alright, as you can see, we have taken the cake out of the oven. Little bit dark on the top, that's okay. That's going to end up being the bottom. Because there's a special thing about angel food cakes. For them to cool, they need to be turned upside down. I'm going to show you two ways that you can do that. My favorite is using an old glass Coke bottle. You put it right in the center of your pan. And then you turn it over. Just like that. No problem. If you don't have a glass Coke can, you can do the same thing with an old vegetable can. You don't want to put the olives in your angel food cake. That won't make it taste good. So you just put the can right here. Turn it upside down like that. You're going to let it cool for about 30 to 60 minutes. Then we'll come back and I'll show you how to take it out of the pan.
While the cake is cooling, we'll be making the icing, and for that you need a chilled bowl that's been in the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes, and it needs to be cold to the touch, not frozen entirely, but just cold. We'll be making sweetened whipped icing. So for that you'll need heavy whipping cream, and since we're making 2 cups, it'll be 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. And I'm just going to put my beater on real quick. It's actually quite like whipped cream, but homemade and quite tastier. So just pour the 1 cup of heavy whipping cream in there. Doesn't need to be perfect. And 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, regular table sugar. Pour that in there too. And you put your beater down, lock it in place, and you put it on high for 3 to 5 minutes, but we're just going to start with 3 because you can add time, you can't take it away. So it's been 3 minutes, and I'm just checking the consistency, see if it's how I want it. So obviously it sticks to the beater very well, and to the spatula, but I'm gonna taste it because I'm like that. Yeah, no, that's a bit too thick, personally. It's whatever consistency you want it to be. But I'm going to turn it on for just a little while longer, probably just a minute, and that'll make it a bit lighter.
So we've done the 4 minutes. We're gonna check it again. Looks fantastic. From here, we're gonna put it in the refrigerator until we're ready to ice the cake. Alrighty, So we have our angel food cake cooling. We have our icing made, staying cold in the refrigerator. Now we're going to do our strawberries. So about 1 pound, we've washed and rinsed them very well. Then we're going to cut the tops off. And then we're going to cut it in half. And then each one in half again. Now the exception to that would be is if you have like a really small one, you're just going to cut the top off and once in half. Because you still want them to be a pretty good size, not too tiny. We have our strawberries all cut up. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar and just give those a really good stir. What that's going to do for you is you're going to set them in the refrigerator for about a half an hour. Hopefully the angel food cake will be done cooling by then. And the sugar is going to help draw out some moisture from the strawberries and make a nice little sweetened strawberry juice. Just like that. And we're going to put it in the fridge.
So now the angel food cake is cooled down, so I'm just going to take a flat spatula, or you can use a butter knife to run around the edges so it doesn't stick to the pan. And run around the center as well. Okay. Then you take a regular plate and you put it over the top and you flip it. Okay, so the cake broke.
We can fix it. So in all seriousness, broken cakes happen. It's okay, they still taste good. What we're going to do in this instance is what we call a dump cake. Basically, we're just going to dump everything in a bowl. Now if you've got a glass one that can show off how pretty it is on your layers, that's great. If not, it's fine. Any kind of bowl will do just good. So you're going to take your angel food cake and you're just going to start tearing it off into pieces. Not a problem. It's already fallen apart on its own, so it's helping me a little bit. So we're going to get a first layer down in here. Maybe just a little bit more. All right, so we've got our angel food cake on the bottom. Then we're going to take some of our strawberries and put it right on top of that angel food cake. And then we're going to take some of the whipped topping that we've made. Just have a dollop, just enough to cover really. Kind of make the strawberries stick to the angel food cake. And you're just going to spread that around. Then come back and do it all over again. So we've got our angel food cake that we're ripping up into pieces. Just one more layer, just like that. Again, it's always just a little bit more with me. Can't have too much when it comes to your treats. All right, so then we're going to go back over again with the strawberries. And then you spread some more of the whipped topping on top, and then you have a very pretty strawberry angel food dump cake. Don't forget to watch some of the other videos and learn all that you can do to help with God's kingdom.